Welcome back, everybody. Thank you for joining us for episode 2 of L'Étoile Paris. And so here's what we need to do. We need to go vers le sud, which means towards south. And if you didn't know, I know French. So anyways, we're going to transport 36 wagons with the train line connecting Dijon, Auxerre, Paris. And then we need to have 5 cities with 50,000 or more citizens in a rail network. Then we need to have an express status on the rail line between Bordeaux, Limoges, and Paris. Construct a university in Paris. And then our optional tasks are to have an express status on the rail line between Nice, Paris, and Brest, and make 19 different goods available in Paris at the same time. And then we also need to connect cities of Cologne, Bilbao, and London. Bilbao's way down in Spain. Cologne's over in present-day Germany, clearly, and then London's across the water in UK, so that one's going to be a big one. So I think what we'll do first is we'll work on these two lines here. I think we'll put a mix line on Dijon, Auxerre, Paris, and then we'll do Bordeaux, Limoges, Paris. So Dijon, Auxerre, Paris. Let's look and see what we can do. Okay, Dijon. There's Auxerre, right there. We have our line from Paris to Auxerre to Dijon and back to Auxerre. We're going to put a mixed train on it because this task needed us to transport goods. So we'll put 2 trains on that. We did add all our wagons in because there probably won't be too many goods getting transported.
Ah, wonderful. I can now put a check mark here too.
Perfect. So we got our 36 wagons. We're going to immediately flip that to be an express line only. We have our Paris to Limoges to Bordeaux back to Limoges line. I'm going to put an Iron Duke on it with the express settings, all our wagons. We're only going to put one because it's a single track. We'll do that just to get our tasks and create some money, and then eventually we'll double track it. We bought this vegetable. Now we're going to bring it into Paris. And then we also bought the fruit. We're going to bring it into Paris as well. Put our wagon on our GM American. Perfect.
Monsieur Legrand had already designed the project in 1838, when he was still the president of Bridges, Roadways, and Mines. The difficulty in the matter was that his idea envisioned strong intervention by the state, based on a proper legal basis.
Alright, so we have our Bordeaux, Limoges, Paris line. So we're just working away at trying to grow our cities over 50. And that's what you see me doing right now. So I have my France warehouse connected to Reims, Nancy, and Strasbourg. At least the lines, I don't have trains yet. So we bought the sugar here. We're going to bring that in with 2 trains. And our wheat with 2 trains. Now we're going to bring in 2 trains in the Reims with our goods from the warehouse. We're going to bring in our France warehouse to Nancy with 2 trains. Now we're going to go ahead and put it in the Strasbourg. Same thing. 2 trains. Freight. Perfect. And to finish up our warehouse goods, we're going to bring in our wood all the way to France warehouse. We're going to put 3 trains on this. Now we're going to bring a mixed train between Nancy Freight and Strasbourg. We're trying to build a cluster between Strasbourg, Nancy, and Reims. So you see Reims and Nancy both have meat. So Nancy has a spot for another industry. I'm going to go ahead and put a brewery down. Now we have an automatic line between Reims and Nancy Freight that will move the alcohol back to Reims, hopefully. We bought this cattle. We're going to bring it into Reims. Now we're going to bring in our cattle to Nancy Freight. Then we got a line for our milk. We're going to bring that in with 2 trains. Paris has opened up a new industry slot, and what's more Paris than cheese? So put a dairy down. And we're going to put a university in, actually, click the wrong thing, university in Paris.
The French model of route expansion is very different from its British counterpart. Whereas there, the emphasis is on laissez-faire market economy, here, the state pulls all the strings. There are private companies here too, but all networks subsidized by the state return into the hands of the people after 32 years of lease.
Okay, so that was a great explanation, and we have our university. The last thing is 5 cities with 50,000 or more. We've got 2 so far. We have Paris and we have Nancy. Strasbourg will get there, and so will Reims should get there. Now we're going to bring in 2 trains of sugar into our, actually let's make that 3. 3 trains of sugar into our warehouse. Now we're going to put our wood going up to France West warehouse. Now we're going to bring in our France West warehouse to Cayenne. We're going to put 2 trains of that. And then we'll bring in our corn to our France West warehouse, 3 trains of that. Let's take a peek at Strasbourg here. Where I seen they had an industry slot open, so we put a clothing factory. And we're going to bring in our milk in the France West warehouse, 3 trains of that. Now we have our France West warehouse run down to Nantes freight. So we're going to put a mixed train of Rennes freight to Caen freight. And then we're going to do the same thing going down to Nantes. Another mixed train. And then that way we will put the mail wagon on there. Reims has grown enough to have an industry slot. We're going to throw down a sawmill. Then we're going to go over to our Nancy warehouse for manufactured goods, and we're going to find it in there. That way it can move them over to Strasbourg. So up north it looks fine. We need to keep our cities over on the west here doing better. So we're bringing in DuPont Stop, our wool, to Orleans to make more cloth. And then we're going to bring our cloth over the Rennes freight. We're going to put 2 trains on that. And we're going to go into the warehouse here. Oh, there was no warehouse. Okay, well we can fix that. We go in the warehouse and put cloth, so it'll kick that out. We bought this vegetables, and so we're bringing them into France West warehouse with 3 trains. We purchased this fruit station. We're going to bring it into France West warehouse. There's coal there too, but we don't need that at the moment. We're waiting for our 5th city to grow. We noticed there's a connection bonus for this wood to Limoges, so we're going to bring in a train of that. So we did one of our optional tasks here. We did a Nice to Paris to Brest to Paris Express. We're going to put 2 Iron Dukes on it with all our wagons and slowly inching our way to the edge of our territory without buying it. We need to get to Bilbao, which is right here, I believe, or one of these places. So for now, we're going to put 3 Iron Dukes with our wagons between Bordeaux and Bayonne. Rennes has an industry slot open, so we're going to put a sawmill down. And then I'd notice Cayenne put a distillery down, so we'll go to Rennes here, and we'll add in our distillery right there. Perfect. They were offering a bonus for the sugar, so I'm going to bring it into Brest here. We just did a line from Bordeaux to La Rochelle up to Nantes, and we have a new train now, Le Continent, so we're going to put 3 of them with their wagons. Looks like Rennes is going to be growing and be our first, or 5th city I should say, to 50,000. Should be tipping over any second now.
Like the heart of a true star, Paris shines as the brightest of all cities in France. This would not have been possible by transporting goods only via canals. Thanks to you, the rapid expansion of routes throughout France is taking more and more shape. Ready for the final stage of this project? You have tackled all rays of the star. Now it's time to complete the work and realize the full potential of Monsieur Legrand's vision.
Nice. So we're almost there. We actually, let's let this run a little bit. So I did quite a bit. I got a France West warehouse. I got a France, I guess that could be France East warehouse, all the way down to almost the Spain border. I hope you enjoyed that video. If you did, like, comment, and subscribe. Come back and watch another great video of Viking Gaming.